Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and we no longer have the long nails. I know I said in my last video that I was going to be trimming them down, and I thought I'd just be taking off a little bit, but I did trim them because what's the point of trying to take off the polish and everything when I'm just going to cut the nail anyway? And after I did all the trimming and got them to where I wanted them to be semi in the shape of everything, and then took off the polish, I discovered that I have a crack way up here. So I really quickly switched over, and I did get some bonding, I think it's builder gel, because I'm trying to branch out into other things and see what I like and what I don't like. And well, that was the chance to play with it, and I kind of messed up in some ways, and I'm still getting a feel for it, whether or not I like it and I want to use it and all that fun stuff. So we're still evaluating that process, but at least at this point I have this covered and protected so that I'm not going to lose that nail, and we'll just keep doing that until it gets long enough to where, in case if I do lose it, we're just going to keep going until I can't. So there's that. And I just thought I would share, because also I did the standard French to kind of cover things up, because the builder gel is kind of a pink, and I just went, well, let's just kind of do this because my nails look strange being so short, and this way they seem like they're a little bit longer than what they really are, but that's okay. And I messed it up. I was rushing, like I said. This was like my very first attempt, so there's, that learning curve of things. So there's that. So we did our nails, and sharing the shock. Also, too, we are, based on my math, somewhere in the range of 25 days away from the box of this year for 2026 to be announced and released. So start saving your pennies, dimes, nickels, and all that fun stuff. I previously did, this is the news, I previously did do a video that was mostly about explaining the grandma math, because I know there's always going to be somebody, I wish I could, I don't have the money, and I understand those days. I really understand struggling to the point where I'm not ashamed to say I have lived through life where I literally was on beans and rice for months daily, and you get real creative with those beans and rice. And I understand the times that they are for what they are, and people are really struggling, and here I'm talking about buying nail art items, and I get that there are those who can and those who can't, and so I'm trying to be sympathetic to both sides and prepare everybody in all aspects. And again, the math on this is I'm rounding up to $130 with tax and everything. It's $143. If you use my discount code, thank you very much in advance for those who do. And if you choose to use somebody else's code, because I understand there's other ambassadors out there, and if you're choosing to support a different ambassador, I think there's enough to go around, so that's okay. Support who you feel that you can do that with. So your tax, if you want to get the faster shipping, basically 7 weeks out, you're putting away about $24, 21, 24, something like that. We're no longer 7 weeks out. We're 25 days. So there's that. And the Christmas box is pretty much the same thing. So you're putting away roughly $19 to $23. So basically, if to some degree you can put, based on my math, for the year, if you're looking at on a monthly basis, starting now, because I'm going to say you don't have the money for it, and that's okay, prepare for next year and start your savings account and do this on a budget that works for your pay schedule and your monthly allotment of things. I get that. So if you want to do this 12 months out, you're looking at about $85 a month for 26 weeks, because basically there's 52 weeks weekly in a year. If you get paid weekly. If you get paid bi-weekly, then there's 26 weeks. If you get paid monthly, well, there's that. If you're wanting to put money away because it's easier for you, you can set up an automatic transfer to a savings account. I recommend American Express. Yeah, they have credit cards, but they also have a high interest yield savings account that you can get for free. There's no installments, no requirements, no fees of any kind. You just set up the savings account, go to American Express and go under personal account, savings, checking. They have the whole ball of wax. So yeah, you can set up automatic transfers. You got to get creative with, because the way they do it basically, you would set something up for weekly and then do 7 of them on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So every single week you have a transfer going out of $2.75 every single day, and then you'll have about $1,000 by the time next year rolls around, give or take. If that's something that you can afford to do, because technically that is, I don't do math in my head, but you're looking at about $21, give or take, a week. You could put away, if you wanted to do just one payment, $19.30. Round up, do it 20. The same thing for 26 weeks. You're putting about $40 a week away every other week. And if you are doing it on a monthly basis, you're putting about $80 a week. So how that ever works for you, okay, great. And that will cover you being able to get a subscription and being able to get a monthly subscription, because then you'll, with that $1,000, give or take, you'll be able to next year get the Halloween box, be able to get the Christmas box. You'll be able to start getting the monthly subscription, because you just transfer that money over as you need to. You need about a week, depending on how things go in your banking institution. So don't quote me on this. Sometimes you can get it 2 or 3 days. Sometimes it takes a week or more. So it just depends on the apps and what you're using and how things get transferred. When it's time to pay for these things, a week before, transfer the money in for the installment for whatever that you're going to pay, and there you go. And then just continue like you've got a Christmas club with things going, that every single week, every single month, you're putting money into the savings account, funding your nail art. And then you can afford to have the monthly subscription. You can afford to have all the boxes. And this even accounts for the fact, the reason that number is high and you're going $1,000, because this year, 2026, they did a box on January 1st that was a surprise box that I'm not going to try and pronounce the name. I know how to say it, but at this point, I'm kind of tired, so I don't want to mess it up. But that box was a heavily discounted box, and usually what happens in the Asian culture is you get discounts on some things that are, how do I put this? They're closeouts and things that they have just a limited number of, so they want to sell them at a discount and start things fresh for the new year. So they put them in a grab bag box and sell them really, really inexpensive. Well, what Maniology did this year is they did that type of bag, had a cute little bag that went with it, but you're getting the pre-spring items that they were released about 4 months early. And then the items came out individually, staggered, I want to say March, April, May, somewhere in that timeline. But you got them at a really good discount if you bought that big box, but that was like $100, and I wasn't prepared for it, so I didn't get it. And I'm okay with that. I made peace with that, and I'm good. So at this point, I'm planning for that's a possibility that they're going to do that January 2027. So be prepared. That's my motto. Anyway, and who knows, they might be coming out with a fourth one because, seasonally, every 3 months, kind of sounds like fun for me. Anyway, so yeah, if you're putting this much away, a little over $1,000 gets you the Halloween, the Christmas, the New Year's, whatever else is going on, and a monthly subscription. But you do your math your way. So I'm just breaking that down again because sometimes people need a refresher. And I will be doing an update on the what's in the boxes, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to buy things if I don't know what's inside. Well, if I go through and give you what's in the past boxes, and to some degree, if this is something that you have not been able to get before, this is like a list that you can go and sit and create all the ones that came in all the different boxes as I go through and tell you what came in each of the boxes. It's going to be a separate video, so don't panic, it's not today. But if you go through and write down the ones that you want, because you can look them up, and sometimes Maniology re-brings them back in time for the Halloween for people to gear up and get the past plates of what was in the previous boxes that were available on the website after the fact. But the thing is that whatchamacallit, some of them were exclusive, and to be honest, it used to be, based on my memory, I think there were like 2 or 3 items were exclusive in the first box. The next year, I want to say it was 3 or 4. And now it's to the point that almost half the items, out of 13, 6 or 7 of them are exclusive to the box. So if you don't get the box, you can't get most of what came in it. And you're like going, okay. Well, the other thing is just kind of giving you the heads up of where I'm getting my details on this. The Little Box of Horrors that came out in 2021, was released August 11th, and the Box of Shadows on 2022 came out August 16th. Here's my other page. The Box of Magic came out on the 18th. The Box of Night, that was for 2023. Came out August 18th. The Box of Night on 2024, August 19th. And last year, it was also August 18th. Well, August 18th this year is a Tuesday. It used to be, it came out, I want to say it came out Thursday, and then the following year I think it came out on Friday. The following year I think it was on Friday, and then they've been doing it on Monday. So August 17th is the Monday before August 18th. So there's that. So that's why I'm kind of going, we're about 25 days away, give or take. That's my math. I hope that helps you prepare if that's something that you're interested in. And I will be, for the foreseeable future, for the next 25 days, doing all kinds of things to build up for that. Plates, polish, information, artwork. I'm still not up to 100% of me, like what I used to be when I first started doing this. But I will be doing my best to keep up with everything, to share with you all the fun stuff that is Halloween season. Yeah, in July. And then at the same time, the Christmas box book comes out mid-October, and the monthly subscription for the Mani by Me Halloween edition of the monthly subscription box also comes out in August. That way you have, or no, September, excuse me, comes out in September, so you have the whole month. So if you get your box earlier than September 1st, you'll be getting it in August. Gotta get my dates all coincide. So, if anybody's interested in, if you are one who uses Builder Gel, comments are helpful. If you are interested in it, questions are nice. Leave those in the comments for me. I will keep working with this because, like I said, one way or another, I have that crack that is not going to be pleasant if it breaks before it gets below the quick. It's high. I knew I was going to bust a nail. And that's why I was like going, I got to trim these down. Because I pushed on something and felt this one kind of go, meh, and I went, they're getting too long to sustain this, and so I gotta trim down. My God, they were long. That's like for a very long time, for a very long bunch of years, because always I've had moving or other things that we had to take care of, so it was always trim the nails because I had details of things that I'm going to bust them anyway, so I might as well just go short. So that's the longest time that I didn't have anything happening, that I could just let them grow. And man, they grew. Good God. So yeah, it was just unreal to look at them for the length. It was nice. Now my hands look all short and stubby. Like I got little baby fingers. I got little baby hands because I got these tiny little hands. I'm telling you. I know on the video it looks differently, but hey, here's measurement. If you got the monthly subscription and you got the nail file, that's how big my hands are. Not very. There's a visual for you. My hands are as big as a nail file. And no more. So without the nails, without the really long nails, they're strange. Anyway, but the other possibility is just doing extensions temporarily, because I got this edge and it's gonna bug me while I'm doing this. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I might do tips just because these look funny. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. I'm not sure if I like the builder stuff. Partly because I probably did it wrong. To be honest, I still didn't get it. Doggone it. Anyway, I rambled on enough. Gave you information. I know I gave you repeat information, but I'm just trying to make it so that somewhere along the line, those who may not have seen the earlier videos are getting. I'm gonna have to file that. Might not have saw the video or knew that the previous video was going to have that information on it. So there you are. Let me know if things like this are an interest to those of you who've seen it, new and old. If you are a new follower, leave me your questions and things that, I can interest you in for things. If you are a longtime follower, I know that a lot of times I've asked this question, tell me what you're interested in, and people go, we like what you do, and I'm kind of going, okay, but suggestions are helpful, is all I'm saying. So yeah, if there's something else, let me know. If it's within my capabilities of doing, I will attempt to do it. If there's a plate that you're interested in and I have it, or a polish that you would like to know more about and I have it, I will do my best to find it, because I'm still in the process of, a year and a half later, trying to figure out how I want to store my goodies, because I set it up and then I have to move it, and then things happen, and then I have to box it up for whatever reason, and then I forget where I put it and it's all discombobulated, and then when I pull it out, I'm kind of going, yeah, I didn't like the way that I did that with the storage previously, so let me try something new. So I'm still struggling, like y'all, trying to figure out, because I have very limited space. How do I want to store these things to make it easy for me to find them and do them? So they're just kind of where they have been at this point. And some of the plates I know I have, I know I have them, I just don't know where they are. I mean, I know the general area, they're in a box, and I know where those boxes are, but I've got to go through the boxes to find them. That's such is the life. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please be kind. Please do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company Club recruit you. And they're always recruiting. And sometimes I'm the one having those days where I've joined back into my own singular club of recruitment because I'm having a moment. I don't want to stay there though. So this is why I share with you and remind myself on a regular basis. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching again on my wild and wacky journey of nail art and other things. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.